Welcome to Hiking with Mutts. We're continuing our 2021 Western trip with a visit to the largest slot canyon in the world, Buckskin Gulch in Utah. It's a beautiful walk, and you will not want to miss a bit of it. My bucket list hiking destination list definitely included southern Utah and no place greater than Buckskin Gulch. We accessed it through the Wire Pass Trail, which is probably the most popular way of reaching it. And from East Tennessee, we don't hardly know what a slot canyon is. We don't have them because we got too much rain. But these things are very common in southern Utah because of the lack of rain. I've got a map here showing you, it's basically on the Utah-Arizona border, just above the Grand Canyon. And the ground here in this desert, water tends to just run down the sandstone. It doesn't absorb into the ground real well, so on the rare occasion when there is rain, these are basically creek beds that form these canyons. They gouge out these canyons over a long pathway, and Buckskin Gulch is one of the longest, if not the longest, in the world. We did about 10 miles there and back, which barely touches the total length of this place. It's absolutely amazing. It's surreal. Where it's so narrow and closed in, the sun doesn't get there much, so it's like walking through a refrigerator in the desert, if you can believe that. Now there's going to be places up here that you'll see logs or brush stuck in between the walls way up above your head, and what that is debris that has been left behind by floodwaters going through these canyons. And it's just amazing. Now this is where Wire Pass Trail ends and intersects with Buckskin Gulch. So what you've been seeing already was actually Wire Pass Trail. At the end of this video, I'm going to do a big favor to a lot of people, and I'm going to show the directions on how to get a big dog into this place. And those directions are very important. I had to do a lot of research to understand that. On the Wire Pass Trail, before you get to Buckskin Gulch, there is one area where there's a big ladder that you have to go down to continue the journey, and you can't do that with a dog. So at the end, I'm going to show you how you get around that. Now, that's a little hole in the wall that Sprinkles really enjoyed, and I happened to catch this bird flying through, sort of like an X-Wing fighter going through the Death Star. It was pretty cool. Now, we got lucky. The ground was dry on this occasion. I've seen videos where people were going through there, and again, this is a creek bed, so at times it can be very muddy and watery and pretty nasty to walk through. It was pretty good on this day. I've edited a lot of the people on this trail out of this video. It was heavily trafficked, especially at the start of the trail. As we journeyed further and further, it got to be less people, so I'd be able to let the dogs off the leash and let them enjoy it a little better. Okay, coming up ahead is one of those areas where a bunch of debris is stuck up between the walls above our heads. made me a little nervous to walk under it, because at some point that stuff's going to fall down. But you'll see it here. There it is. Isn't that crazy? There's no telling how long ago that was placed there by the waters. And they warn you before you go out to this place that if there's any chance of rain in the area, to not go into these things. It's been said that a heavy rain 100 miles away can create floodwaters almost instantly in these things. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and it was absolutely one of the greatest hikes we've ever had as a couple and with the dogs. And I'm going to end this with some little pictures from the area. And I did promise you that I'm going to document for you the ways to get a big dog around that ladder on the Wire Pass Trail, so you don't have to fear not being able to proceed. Uh, as always, thank you for watching Hiking with Mutts. Remember, every dog deserves to be happy. Your best friend is awaiting you right now at your local animal shelter. If you like this content, please hit like and subscribe to this channel as we continue to hike the trails of the Appalachian Mountains and beyond. Okay, here it is. This is the ladder you want to avoid. If you got a little dog, you can carry them up or down that thing, but not with a big dog. So Wire Pass Trail starts on the very left of this, down the right side, sort of north and south. That is Buckskin Gulch on the right. Where the arrow is pointing to that little green mark, that's where the ladder issue is that you got to get around. So what I want you to do is I want you to walk Wire Pass Trail to the ladder. When you find the ladder, look at it hopelessly and then turn around 180 degrees and go back to the left until you see this area. This is the one spot where there's not a wall to your left. And you're going to go up this pathway. I've got still shots here that take you up. And from this point, you're going to veer right a little bit up over the top of the ridge, and it's a little intimidating, especially if you've never been there or you're not used to hiking in the desert. Now that arrow back there shows you where Wire Pass Trail continues. That's where you're going to go towards. You're just going to keep going down. You might have to scoot on your butt to go down this sandstone, and Riley was very nervous about that going down there. Now to make it easier, you can veer right as I'm showing you with these pictures and then hook back left, and there you see at the very top, that's the trail you're trying to reach to. I hope this has been helpful to you. It's one thing to read directions written by someone else, but it's another thing to actually be able to see it. I was really nervous about trying this with Riley. I didn't want to waste a day's trip doing a hike where we couldn't complete it, but we made it, and I hope this can help you if you try it yourself.